Welcome back to The Good Show, powered by Asus. And just to remind you, that competition is actually there. There is a competition for a graphics card on facebook.com/ROG Nordic. Hopefully you guys get involved in those because you can win stuff and also show your support. But otherwise, we're back for StarCraft 2, and we're joined by two of the very best in the scene. It is, of course, Adebisi and... What's your name? Scriff. Scriff
yes!
is here.
This is fucking Scriff right here,
That's
baby.
me. I don't know what I'm doing here.
We needed somebody, Scriff, and you just happened to be here.
Adebisi got lonely.
Alright, so we can start off with NASL, even though we were at the 4 Open. We'll talk about that in just a little bit. So NASL had their Season 4 finals. Everyone was looking forward to it for all the different reasons. Mingles wants to go out, if you want to let her out. She's like, let me out.
Mingles.
She's really ruining all our shows lately. She gone?
No. Nope.
No, she's back. She didn't realize.
Oh my god, Semmler walking off the show.
Hey.
It's cold out there.
She's undecided.
Just gonna regret that pretty quick.
Okay.
Make up her mind for it.
Stupid cat. Going out in the snow. Alright, yeah, so NASL, people were looking forward to it for multiple different reasons. Some of them were because IPL just finished their... You got your hand up, Scriff. That's not really policy on the show, but I like it. What do you want to say?
I know who won.
You know who won?
Yes.
Alright, don't spoil it, Scriff. We'll
Okay.
come to that. I'll give you that in a bit. Jesus. IPL just finished their tournament with a really good finals. Scriff, how's it going over there? Breaking your mic.
Things is falling apart.
IPL finished with a really big finals that kind of did daunt a lot of the tournaments over in America, even in many ways MLG. So everyone was kind of like, NASL following IPL was kind of like following that kid at like a presentation at school who's got the really rich parents and has done too much work. So, but NASL overall did a good job. They had 8 players. They kept people entertained and people really liked it.
Fierce fitness, man.
So,
Fitness.
and of course, the winner of the tournament was Adebisi.
No,
Hero.
this is Scriff. Yeah.
It's the script.
Team Liquid.
Letting you finish.
Hero.
And what was the score he won by?
4-2.
And who did he beat?
Violet.
Jesus
Shit,
Christ.
and he's on top of his
Boom.
game.
Welcome to a permanent position in our StarCraft 2. You've made it, Scriff.
Fucking nailed it. Over to you guys. I don't know anything else.
And of course, Hero, after winning DreamHack Winter, that's 2 major titles this fall. So
Yeah,
pretty big finish for Hero. And Adebisi, what was your experience of NASL?
Well, I mean, I didn't kind of watch like start and the end because we were doing Thor Open. It was good. I mean, it's NASL, so they've got kind of their own thing going on, their own little quirky.
I'm sure
little segments and stuff.
Wait a minute. I'm sure this camera is way too high, Trans.
I know I can't see you, so I'm just like staring at the camera when I'm trying to see you, and it doesn't have the same vibe.
Trans, could you?
It's like
Could
wanna,
you
like,
think?
nudge it
Come on,
down a little
Trans.
bit?
Come on,
Show
Trans.
everybody your
I-
camera skills. Come on. Because
Just it down a little bit.
I mean, I
them.
could sit up maybe. I don't know though.
Yeah, stop slouching.
That's painful.
Stop slouching.
That
Dude, that's
hurts.
painful.
Healthy posture.
Trans.
That's how I set it up.
Trans, come on. Help him out.
He's trying to encourage you, man.
Come on, Trans.
Do something, Trans.
Should we
on,
continue
Trans.
with the
Go on,
show?
yeah, let's focus on
We can't continue like this.
This is no good.
I'm not gonna do it.
Come on,
I'm not gonna
please.
When I change seats so you can
Trans.
see.
No, because I don't want that
No one
mic.
else
That mic
knows
is
how
no
to do
good.
the button thing.
I can keep the mic.
Come on, Trans.
No, then you cross wires.
Trans, the whole NASL segment, like, they're all watching NASL.
It's a train wreck.
And
He's doing it.
I will fucking fix it.
Here we go.
Pretty well.
Holy shit. Let's commentate this shit.
all right, well done, Trans.
Keep talking, man.
All right,
All right.
so and
Well, this is a great tournament we saw. I really liked it. It was 2 thumbs up, NASL. Great work.
4 thumbs.
4 thumbs up, yes.
all right. Wait a minute.
But no, you gotta put it down, like not
There it is, there,
change
there
the
you go.
angle.
No, go back down.
No, that's fine.
There you
That's
go.
fine.
Perfect, right
That's
there.
beautiful.
Oh.
Money.
No,
think
I
that's the
meant
same.
because the thing itself, like when I would be looking at your face.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, you gotta
can't
move
do
it.
anything
There you
about
go.
I don't
What?
know.
You can't really do anything about that. We'd have to move the fucking.
It's not
camera,
like this
right?
before. But anyway, can we
so
talk about
four fu-
NASL?
So 4 thumbs up, NASL.
Yeah.
What,
I think
what was
the-
particularly good? What did you like? What wasn't really made the cut for you?
I mean, it just was smooth. I think they stuck to their schedule. I didn't really love their schedule on the second day because it was only 2 matches. And, like, watching from Europe, it's kind of like, I mean, everybody loved that FFA. Like, people love that so much. That's not really my cup of tea. So it's like sitting through 4 hours of filler content before the actual matches start. Like, I'm not in love with that, but the community fucking ate that shit for dinner. So they were very happy. And it was pretty entertaining, I guess.
Free for all was cool until everybody kind of just like.
The massaging part was
The massaging part was so good, man. Hyun just gets
Hyun.
better and better, man. That was really, really good.
Yeah, and Demizin, of course, won the FFA, so
He did indeed.
good job, him. Yeah, but I think they did a great job overall. I'm not sure what the audience feel
No,
was
the
like.
live
though.
event attendance was definitely very poor. I mean, it was a
800
825
seats,
seats,
yeah.
I believe it was, and from what Slasher and some other people said, it was like 100 people in the 100 to 150 people in the crowd. So
Very odd.
It's really good for
considering.
like the people who go and attend because it's like smaller and intimate.
You can put
and,
your
like,
feet up.
and you put your feet up. You like
You know?
lay across 3 seats and
You can have a
stuff.
whole row for yourself.
Right here, Slasher's messaging me. Not many people, he says.
Oh,
So there you
brilliant
go.
work,
200,
Slasher.
200 max, he said. So,
Where's Slasher?
which is kind of interesting. Like, I mean, I don't really know the geography, but Long Beach, I didn't really
Long
think that's
Beach,
in the middle of
Semmler knows
nowhere.
where Long
I
Beach
don't
is.
know.
It's about an hour south of LA proper.
But like, where was it? There was another event held near Long Beach. You said you had to go past Long Beach to get
Well,
to.
and-
Well, if you go to
Anaheim, it's near
MLG,
Anaheim, right?
Anaheim is like a solid hour. Long Beach is slightly less, so maybe you're looking at like 45 minutes for Long Beach, 50 minutes. But you're still going straight south.
I mean, the
Apparently,
thing is,
Slasher gave a number at Adebisi, and you're ruining it.
Slasher.
what
Yeah,
number?
no,
He's
there, man.
messaged us.
He said
to
200
tell-
max.
200 max.
I
200
said
max.
that.
There you
It
go.
still sounds vague.
Sorry, Slash.
Well, yeah.
Sorry,
but I mean, it's bad
Rod.
timing because, I mean, the audience you're drawing on is all students who are all in finals. I mean, they kind of had the same problem last year where they had an even bigger venue and very, very poor attendance. But, I mean, Mr. Bitter said in some interviews they're kind of more tailoring it to the online audience. I don't know if he just says that because obviously the in-person audience wasn't very good. But, I mean, in terms of online audience, like, there's no real downtime, and so...
That's the thing. I mean, they had so much content going in between games that there was never any like just layout screen, you know, where it's just like, oh, coming soon and the countdown and whatever, you know, like there wasn't any of that shit. You constantly had
They
something
did
going.
start late both days, which
Yeah.
it seems
But,
like everybody actually has started
when
late
you
out of these
hire-
tournaments, though. So
When
I don't
you
think
hire,
we can throw the first stone there, to be honest.
yeah, well, that's your fault. So,
So let me just get this right.
I
Right.
can.
You've got Clutch, who did the intros.
Yeah.
Okay, I saw that bit.
Mhm.
It was quite
Esports.
entertaining. Yeah. You got Clutch that does the intros, and he's a host. And then you hire in day 9. Surely you're hiring in day 9 to boost kind of
The
presence of
in-person
ticket
attendance, yeah.
sales. You know, you're not just inviting someone there just because, like, oh yeah, we like this guy. You're getting him there because it's part of the package of what people want to see, what people will want to spend their
Yeah, get his
money on,
autograph,
right?
blah blah blah.
And so day 9 was there doing interviews.
He was doing
like-
interviews. He also cast at least 2 series,
Oh, okay.
maybe
He
more.
did
And I
the free
mean,
for all, I think, and
yeah, he cast the free for all. I think he
he
cast,
cast the hot
2
thing
of
too.
the round of
He
8,
ca-
maybe.
he cast the hots thing, the white
Yeah.
raw retro match.
Yeah, so he did all the hot stuff, and then I think he did some of the main tournament too. I can't really remember off the top of my head, but
All right, but overall, you think it was a good event for him?
yeah, I mean, yeah, their viewership. I think the peak I saw during the Heart of the Swarm stuff was 43,000, which is pretty good. I don't know what the peak was during the finals because I fell asleep and watched the VOD. So
The only thing that I didn't like, which I agree with you on, it was you who brought it up, is subscriber only chat.
I hate subscriber only chat. I hate it with a passion.
Apparently, it makes for a much better chatting experience. According to very accurate
When
psychological.
you've got Zoe and you've got Laura and Elise at an
I
event
think
with
it's
a dog,
true. Yeah.
you
I mean-
want full retard chat because that's half the entertainment.
Yeah.
And so the thing is like new Twitch design from Adebisi is when you have subscriber-only chat, you also have another chat tab, which is anyone chat.
Exactly.
That way you can have your subscriber if you want to ignore the truth, and then you can have another tab, which is the truth.
Well, the open chat is just like it's kind of like the like blob mentality of whatever everybody's thinking, you know, like what is getting spammed there is what you're thinking. So, you know, if it's like someone's fucking up, then it's someone's fucking up, you know?
Yeah. No, I think
I
having dual chat is a really good idea for channels, and if Twitch TV do it, man,
They lose the selling point, man.
You're in for EP.
Maybe I'll go shop that to own 3D.
How do you think NASL was compared to like IPL 5? Both you.
It wasn't. You can't really compare it just because
It's like apples and oranges.
Yeah, it's like IPL was a huge tournament with a huge pool of
70 players,
just crazy amount of good players, and you had the GSL there. It was in Vegas. It had a huge audience. It was overall really good StarCraft. I mean, sure, their League of Legends is like, it was good apparently, and their Shoot Mania was a bit lackluster, but we didn't expect anything otherwise at IPL. But NASL did finish strong because, in many ways they offer the best online tournament content over in America. You know, better than IPL in my opinion. IPL has a lot of products. It's all kind of like, you don't know what you're tuning into.
Yeah, exactly.
And with NASL, you've got that high level production, day in, day out, with, you know, decent to, you know, very good commentary. And then, you know, you got Laura's fitness thing, which
you sure do.
Something.
Also, I was very disappointed by the Medvac or the Medic cosplay. I was really expecting something better than that.
Yeah, we were
the Medic cosplay?
We were all looking for side boob.
Yeah.
And Skype.
Speaking of boobs.
Wasn't
Speaking
delivered.
of boobs, going to Skype.
What?
What?
Make sure it's zoomed in.
Oh, she was happy to be there.
Why we?
What's going on?
You complain about
Do it
the
now.
thing. Yeah, I mean, there's a picture of how good Clutch is looking here. I don't know if you can see, but Clutch, very good suit with a great tie. So we just want to focus on this tie right now. Very good color coordination by Clutch. He really is just doing the part. And look, he's not wearing jeans. He's not a slacker. Just very handsome man there. So just Clutch did a great job overall. So well done to Clutch. And oh, holy shit. Oh no, nothing. Just, you know, he didn't wear a one of those
A little
things.
triangle.
Yeah, he didn't have a little hang. That's a shame. All right, so very good. A lot of people enjoyed that.
And before we cut off the NSL segment, everybody needs to go watch Hotbit's interview with Lauren. It's just brilliant.
Oh yeah, Hotbit did some interviews.
I fucking love Hotbit, man. Seriously.
Hotbit. There were some great interviews. Lauren's was particularly good, actually. She actually came across really nice, but the funny thing is like the way that she talks and talks to guys is the way that I have experienced girls to talk to guys who have been around, like, and socializing with other guys. Like, all the tones of her voice and how she says stuff and how she replies is very much, I don't know, it's kind of like, if I met someone that they thought they were like, I had to impress them, rather than vice versa, that's somewhat how they would talk. But with her, she was very nice though, but I did enjoy the part where she put her hand on the microphone and asked if Scarlett was isn't Scarlett a guy? And Hotbit was like, no. So actually she's I think she did a great job. So it was like, you know, a lot of people can give every situation a lot of shit, but the entertainment value that she brings and also some of the attention to the brand is certainly not bad, because underlying she does seem really nice.
Different approach.
I mean, I just didn't really see her doing much on the stream itself, like the main NASL stream, aside from the the
Fierce
cosplay
Fitness,
thing
man.
and the Fierce
Fierce
Fitness.
fucking fitness.
Okay, otherwise she was
Best
just
part
kind
of
of
the film.
standing there.
Yeah.
I mean, at the other one, she was like giving away Kingston stuff to the crowd and stuff, you know, throwing things out. I didn't see that.
Oh.
But anyway, I think that about.
Oh, apparently she
think
was
that
on
about
stage.
sums
She
up
was on
NASL.
stage during every commercial break. So
Okay, that makes sense.
So that's why you paid the ticket fee.
Mm-hmm.
ah,
Well, she was also doing
cool.
the player intros and stuff like that.
Apparently Zoe was the best part.
Oh,
I didn't
holy
actually
shit.
see Zoe's interview or what she did at the event. I wasn't tuned in.
She was on the couch, doing interviews between matches, etc.
Okay.
Some post-game Heart of the Swarm analysis.
How
as
did
well.
how did Zoe do, people? Was she good?
Not a lot of responses.
Silence.
Zoe's just awesome. Good, yes, bad, bad, good. Yeah. Girls normally get that response. You still love her, don't you? Too good. I'm not sure if I love her or, you know, it's like,
We're gonna have this
Yeah,
conversation.
but
You do love her.
I mean, like, you think you love somebody, and then you're like, oh, I should really message her. But what you should do is just take a break, go
Maybe-
have a wank. And
Oh,
if you
yeah.
feel the same afterwards, then maybe. But if you just want to play video games, you don't.
Fucking wisdom.
There you go.
Like,
Yeah.
30-year-old.
And this is what
Just
happens. He
of
woke up
wisdom.
before the show, so you didn't have any time.
I haven't had time,
to-
so I'm more like, oh man, yeah, she's really hot. Yeah. Okay. Let's
Moving
continue.
right along.
So NASL, great job. And then also Slasher confirmed that will be NASL season 5 and 6.
6, yeah.
Shocker. So we all look forward to that.
Newman agrees. Fierce Fitness was a very good thing.
Okay, good. More in StarCraft 2 as I refine the document.
We can just go into Thor Open for StarCraft.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Let's go into 4 Open. So 4 Open, of course, happened.
I don't
There's
actually
some
know
good
who
names there, but it was a lot of European top players, and the finals came down to Vortex versus Snoot,
Mm-hmm.
and also the third place playoff, I believe, was Nurtio versus
Bishu.
Bishu, yeah.
Bishu.
Featuring-
Harston was also there from Fnatic,
Got
and
knocked out first round,
Vortex
though.
ended up winning. Went 11-0 total in the tournament. Didn't lose a mat. Won $15,000
Sorry.
and won the finals 3-0 in a
You did.
ZBZ versus Snoot, and that was that was the tournament breakdown. But I don't know. I can't really say how did you guys enjoy 4 Open because you were working there.
I didn't see any StarCraft. I was producing CSGO the whole time. I didn't know Vortex won. Now I do.
Well,
Sweet.
that's what this show's for. It's
good
great.
shit.
It's good.
Yeah, I mean, I liked it. I thought it was cool. I liked the format was pretty quick. Like the day wasn't too long, but it was still like 8 players. It was nice. I think it's pretty ballsy to just come into StarCraft and have like an entirely open format with strictly open qualifiers, because usually when you come in, if you're bringing in, you know, $20,000 prize pool, you kind of maybe compare it to Aces. Like you want to invite players, you want to get the best players to get the most viewers to start things off with a really big bang. Whereas like they were like, well, man, let's run open qualifiers. I mean, obviously running qualifiers is more work in and of itself. So
It's more work in and of itself, but it was the same argument as we used for Dota 2, to be honest. And Snoot was saying that you get the people
Do
who
you?
actually deserve to be there.
well, you get
In a
players
sense.
that deserve to be there more, but do you get better players? Because I mean, you could probably have invited the busier players who don't have time to play in those qualifiers, and also because it's a new tournament, the big name players. Like I think now more players will want to play in those qualifiers, but before it's like, ooh, Thor Open, I've never heard of this.
Yeah.
Do I want to
Oh,
sign
yeah.
up for this and play in this when I don't even know?
Really know, yeah.
So would you say an open format with some invites would be the best way to go?
No, I think
Or-
I just think usually when
Or-
you're kind of getting started, you get some invites to help just kind of build your brand a little bit, and then you can rely more on open qualifiers.
I mean, we spoke about 4 Open and how we think it's going to grow. We think they had a very
Yep.
good first event. I believe more people will be a lot more interested in participating in the qualifiers and trying to
Yeah,
get to that
definitely.
tournament.
That's the
That's
thing.
what I was gonna say.
more about
as well,
promotion,
'cause,
I
like, exposure for the qualifiers, like in terms of streams and people knowing that Thor qualifiers was going on. Was there much about it?
No.
That's the thing.
Because
There
it was
wasn't
like it was so under the radar until it was like, boom, there's the main event.
any.
in
Was
my
it
opinion.
DreamHack Winner was the last
No,
qualifier?
DreamHack winner I think was the 6th or 7th. There was
I mean-
2 after, but
But that's the thing, and it wasn't streamed. There was no talk. There
There
wasn't
wa-
really
it
anything
was
going
streamed,
on.
but
for
it was like not announced
No, maybe
properly.
not enough, that's it.
Yeah,
That's the
not
thing. Is
advertisement.
you can
enough,
still
I
do open
think.
qualifiers. It's just more work, as you said, because you
Yeah.
have to put the.
I mean it's
promotion
no
out.
different than what IEM does, what anybody
Yeah.
does.
Some of these pictures. All right,
Classy past, huh?
back to the document.
And they got to fix their map pool and their price
Talbot
distribution.
Rim, man,
but-
great fucking
Yeah,
matches.
but hopefully if 4 Open continue as we expect them to do, and they want to do stuff with us, because I think they were generally pretty happy. Hopefully we have some input in the prize distribution, because it was quite top heavy.
I mean, that's just a huge
15,000
turn
first
off,
place,
like-
3,000 second
Yeah.
was a bit top heavy. It doesn't really encourage people to want to qualify, not overly. But hopefully they still do. And of course the map pool as well. Adebisi hates a lot of maps. You just hate a lot of shit anyway.
I'm a
You're a
happy
very
person.
grumpy person.
Yeah.
Okay, so that was 4 Open. Did you guys enjoy 4 Open? Did you enjoy the games? Was it good? How was Semmler and Apollo casting together?
Semmler learned the YMCA, which is good.
That was fucking horrible, man. Horrid.
Medicore, Patch Zergs won. No.
Patch Zergs. Fucking bullshit term.
Yeah, it's kind of funny because Stefano called Vortex Patch Zerg, and then Vortex just beat him in the IM qualifier. So
Yeah, how many Zergs were there in the whole tournament? Was it like 6 or?
no, it was
No.
I want to say 5.
Okay.
more
yeah,
than
we
half.
had
There was
two
3 in one
Terrans.
group and 1 in the other, so 4. But they were all the strongest players. I
Two
mean,
Turtles.
Nurchio and Vortex were probably the strongest players. I mean, Snoot too. Whereas like Poyo is much more under the radar.
Okay, all right. So 4 Open, hopefully to return, and we'll see if it does and how it will improve. But overall, they had a very good first event, and Vortex won that LAN. So congratulations to him. And also, he was a bit annoyed though in some ways because in the qualifiers, they didn't seed people as well as he wanted. So we actually played Lucifron in the first round of the qualifiers. So that's why Lucifron wasn't there, despite him wanting to attend. So we can. This is some Counter-Strike Go and Dota stuff in this 4 Open.
We can mention CSGO.
Yeah, I mean, we could just go over
Yeah,
to
just to
CS:GO
mention
now.
CSGO, NIP won over Curse. Curse have picked up a Finnish team now, so like Natu and Nasu and stuff.
I beat them 2 times actually, like in group play.
Yeah,
beat them in
and
group phase as
NIP beat Curse in the group stages, 1-0 in maps in a really big score line, like 16-3 or something.
Yeah.
And then also in the grand finals, NIP won 2 games in a row, 16-13 and 16-10. You saw most of the tournament because you were producing
Yeah,
it.
pretty much half of it. It's like 2 matches.
Oh
going on.
yeah.
So, but yeah, it was like basically NIP dominating.
Yeah. And how
As they've been
did you
doing.
enjoy it? Because you're a CS 1.6 player. I mean,
Yeah,
you-
for like 10 years or some shit. But yeah, it's like it's growing on me, but it's
Stop
not
the
there
fluff,
yet.
Scurf.
It's
Stop
not
the
there
fluff.
yet at all.
It's shit.
No, it's not shit. It
At
has
the moment,
potential.
at the
Yeah, at
moment.
the moment it's
That's
shit.
what I'm
It
saying.
has
Give it 6
potential.
months, a billion patches, will be good.
all right,
But
there you
I
go.
wouldn't
There-
say. I wouldn't
because
say.
there
it
you
was
go,
too good.
Gabe Newell. 6 months, billion patches, Gabe.
Yeah.
Trans.
And
I'm
Trans
not.
says you're gonna have a
I
game.
don't think
Trans
6
is
months.
spoken, all right?
6
That's
months doesn't cut
We-
it.
I
It's gonna
think
be longer. Because remember, 1.3, 4, 5,
I know,
6.
but
How
hey,
fucking long
but
was
this
that?
is Valve now doing it. Before they took over,
Hit
Yeah, it
and
was
pass. Yeah, I
amazing.
know. I
They're
know.
having,
We'll go much
they're having
faster.
almost weekly updates already on the game.
it'll be good. It'll be good.
So we'll
but-
Hey,
see.
Trans,
I know they're
uh,
doing like
Red Eye. Red Eye says you're talking out of your ass.
Yeah, I would agree. But
Sorry, Red Eye, that's my opinion.
I've heard
mate. I'm allowed to have one.
They're
Don't
doing
like
shit
it, tough luck.
to pistol recoil as well as just
Yeah.
the movement. They're doing shit as well.
Yeah.
Like they got a guy doing.
I mean, actually,
Like a lot of
the
stuff
players
like that, so-
off camera, when I got to sit and talk to them, they were optimistic about the
Red
game off
Eye,
camera.
sorry to interrupt. Red Eye, I think I've pretty heard. I'm sure I heard that it was Valve picked it up from the other guys, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure CS:GO because it was the other company. What's it called?
Hidden Path.
Yeah, Hidden Path. And wasn't it Valve that actually took it over? Like
Yeah, I think
after the
Valve
launch.
has taken it over.
Somebody
now.
Google
I
that
think.
stuff
I'm
because
not
I'm
a-
sure Valve
I'm
took
not
over.
sure. All I did was buy the game when it went out of beta and was released. Play
Yeah.
the game for like 10 hours and was like, this is not a finished product. This is still a beta game.
Right?
But in terms of what the players had to say, even though on camera they were like, yeah, it's got potential, you know, and all that kind of stuff, because you want to say to people, you don't want to say, oh shit, don't bother watching because it's going to go downhill. So, but actually off camera they did say that they were doing stuff and generally quite happy with the progress, but that it wasn't exactly where they wanted it yet. But they get right.
They
had
did
some
say
nice
they're giving
things,
feedback, right? So
Yeah,
That's the thing.
yeah.
The devs are in contact directly with them. Like ESWC, there were 2 devs there watching
Yeah,
everything.
These are very good signs. I'm pretty sure it'll turn out a good game.
And
Right
also
now, it's
Valve,
not-
they were actually really good with the updates on the client. When you logged in and you had the screen for CS:GO on the right hand side, they put the updates of the tournament results and interviews that people were conducting and posting. So they obviously had some people that were obviously very attentive to that tournament. So that was really good. But of course, NIP won, winning the big prize check. And then we can continue over. So we got some interesting stuff now in some StarCraft
Thank you,
2.
Slasher. I was right.
Yeah.
And you're right, yeah?
Yeah, Valve is doing the development now.
All right.
Anyways, moving on.
Loves being right, Red Eye. He loves being right. IEG to take over Pro League English broadcast. OGN to no longer be covering the Pro League. So this really
English.
comes down to Adebisi's expertise, because he loves drama. Who was originally doing it for... Kesper are the ones with the rights, yeah?
Kespa owns Pro League.
Yeah.
So Kespa will find out, sell to whoever they want to broadcast Pro League. And IEG is basically like, I don't know, IEG is like part of Kespa or owned by the same people as Kespa or whatever. And so IEG wants to start doing the broadcast. I don't know if this applies to both English and Korean. I think the Korean broadcast is staying with OGN, at least for now. I mean, it is a television channel, and it's kind of like why would OGN broadcast on the internet when they're a TV channel? So I mean, some of this kind of makes sense, but OGN of course OGN brought over DOA pretty much for this. I mean, they've got the OSL as well, but I mean, everyone saw last weekend it ended up being OGN renting out DOA and Monte Cristo to cast the opening day. But now no one really knows what's going to happen. I mean, IEG has been contacting a bunch of different English commentators. I don't think they've really gotten any interest. So
I think I believe they wanted English commentators in Korea.
yes,
That's the thing. They want it on location.
yes.
And then we were all like, hey, bitches, why don't we do it here? That wasn't us. We didn't say that.
No.
Community.
We're nice.
We're nice people.
But yeah, so we don't know what's going to happen, basically.
Yeah, I mean, and stuff still doesn't really make sense because there's 4 broadcasts a week, 2 of which were on weekends, which OGN was going to do, and then 2 on weekdays, which there was never any details that OGN was never going to do. That, I mean, I just kind of assumed there would be no English coverage for, so who knows what's going to happen with that. I mean, obviously, they, need to find some English casters, I guess, to cover this shit, because these are... and I mean, the people who probably are the most pissed off about this would be EG and Team Liquid, because, they bent over backwards to get their team into Pro League, and when there's no English broadcast, or like a piss-poor English broadcast, then they're wondering why they even did that.
Yeah. And then when they get into Pro League, they get bent over forwards. So they're
That
just having
they
a
did.
shit time. Or,
They're having a rough time of it, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, they
04.
didn't do so well. Some of their lineup a little bit questionable. But yeah, not really anything else to say about that. It'll just be interesting to see what happens. I'm not sure when today is Tuesday. I feel like there are Pro League matches happening tonight, so
Yeah.
I guess those just...
And the next broadcast matches are on the 15th, right? This
Yeah.
weekend. So, okay. So we don't. So this weekend we might see something different.
This weekend we might see some guy in his basement casting some Pro League matches. I don't know. And I mean, the thing is, like, for people who didn't really follow Brood War, this is like the league.
Yeah.
This is like the league, and so
Team League is the biggest shit in
I
Korea,
mean, there's
yeah.
a lot of people out there that would be like Doa and Monte Cristo casting this league. Like, we want people with Brood War history, with tons of knowledge, tons of experience, the best casters possibly available, and the highest production quality for this league. And for IEG to be doing this so last minute is just disappointing, quite frankly. Like,
Well, hopefully they come up with a good solution. But a lot of the commentators are really tied up with products now. Like you got NASL, IEM, GOM TV, IPL,
OGN.
Yeah, I mean, like the only available people to do it are like, you know, like maybe an awesome white label solution company in Stockholm that have like some of the best commentators in the business.
That'd be pretty sick. Of course, the other,
I can't think of anyone else better. Just
well,
saying.
nobody that's better, but in terms of availability, I mean, MLG obviously has their relationship with Kespa,
EG guys.
so that would kind of put them there. And then obviously EG is in contact with them, and EG has their studio. So
Oh, that's true. Yeah,
I mean,
yeah,
In Control
EG.
could cast 4
Well, we'll see.
days solo of Pro League maybe off-site. Who knows?
Moving on.
Enough said.
Yeah, so that'd be interesting to see what happens this weekend. All right, so major HOTS patch released. WOL units reworked. I have no idea what that means.
Wings of
D-
Liberty.
Why did you tell him, man?
Wings of
You could
Liberty.
have had some fun with that somewhere.
Oh, I'm sorry, bro.
Yeah. But just big changes. I mean, everyone's talked about this a lot. I think people are happy. And of course, there's the just Wings of Liberty patch too, which NASL and Thor Open were kind of the first big tournaments played on. And I think people could kind of see the Infestor change having an impact. So I think people like that. Yeah.
All right. So overall, everything's getting a little bit better with the patch. Because it's
Yeah.
quite scary when people patch your game as an esport. You kind of shit your
Yeah.
pants a little bit, but the response has been good, right? From
Yeah,
the
I mean, I think
players?
some Zerg players are unhappy, but I mean, whoever gets nerfed.
They've been
is
happy for too
gonna
long for a
complain.
little. Yeah, they can,
Yeah, they had a
can
good
deserve
2
to
months.
be-
They can. That's what they get.
It'll be their time to win again, roughly around, if it goes on a 2-month basis. Yeah, they should be winning roughly sometime around BlizzCon, so it's okay.
It works out in the end. Next
Then
fall,
hot-
As
It's out,
is balancing
isn't it?
a game.
When is HOTS out?
March 12th.
Yeah.
All right, so yeah, it is March 12th. That's right. It kind of got posted on Amazon or something when ages
Yeah,
ago.
they leaked it.
All right, in other news, maybe not so nice news, is Quantic Gaming disbands the entire organization.
Yep.
Yep. With barely an hour's notice. Spoke with Madalisk at Thor, and she was like, yeah, we didn't know about it until it showed up in the team chat on Skype.
Yeah.
So,
Holy shit.
It's just like, okay.
And apparently, Mionix, which is the peripheral manufacturer in Sweden, tried to save the situation. I guess they were looking to get a deal organized, but unfortunately ran out of time. I didn't know that. I didn't know there was a time a
Limit.
timer. What just happened? Oh, okay. But yeah, it's kind of weird because it was a new organization. It's based in America, which normally gives you a lot of advantages when you do an organization because there's a lot of sponsors that work with just American budgets in terms of, and it's really big, the American budgets, right? Even though PC gaming, it probably isn't as big over there as it is in Europe. It was investor money, as far as I'm concerned, with an owner. Now,
Yeah, essentially it was some guys who were formerly Vile Gaming. When Vile was absorbed into Quantic, basically 2 like Google employees, I think software engineer guys pretty much came on. And I mean, I wouldn't even really call it investment. They were just kind of funding the team because they liked it. And then, I don't know, someone's wife said stop spending this money or something, or they got bored.
Yeah, and apparently the time limit when Mionix was trying to work with them was based on Quantic's time limit, and I don't know if that was something that they had to do
Well, I
with
mean-
investors or internally.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they had a lot going on. Like, I mean, maybe the payments on their houses. I think they would have been paying. Like, I know State, who was in Korea, he just kind of abruptly flew home after he got the news, and of course, Sase doesn't know what's going on. So I mean, they had like a lot going on. I mean, they were a big organization in terms of how much money they were spending. I mean, I'd say like in terms of StarCraft teams, like foreign teams, it seems like
were
they
the
like
biggest.
second to EG, they were probably spending the most money. When I just
Yeah.
kind of look at their roster, look at the properties they had, and
Yeah. And apparently, I don't know if I'm allowed to say this, but I've got someone from Yonex, Richard, who's a really fun guy. He says they were coming out with a deal where they would be able to build products with Quantic where Mionec would actually make zero profit, but those products would have obviously built the brand for Mionec, with Quantic, and then that would have hopefully raised the money needed over on the Quantic side of things. So Mionec were willing to kind of invest time and, not lose money, but kind of not make money with their time to try and help that brand out. So that's pretty cool of them. But apparently it was a time schedule on the Quantic side of things, because I guess, when you work with investors, you really have to do things smartly. I mean, it's one of the, it's like, I want to feel bad because I'm like, oh, that sucks, like we lost the team. But at the same time, it was always going to happen in this, like, not new stage of esports, but every time esports gets big, a lot of new people come in and they see the lights, they see the, the kind of and they see this has got huge potential, and it has. But without years of experience, you can fuck up on so many levels that it's really hard for me to feel like bad for. I feel bad for the players, but bad for the organization, because it's like, if you didn't do your research, if you didn't do your work properly, if you didn't work with your investors, if you didn't give your investors a proper estimations on what's going to happen with the money, because if you give your investors, you can say, look, we're going to be doing this and we're going to be losing money in our first year by a lot. But by then, we should have this and these things, and they will generate money back, and it's like a 5-year plan, right? But so if your investors knew, if the investors of Quantic knew that they were going to go down before they went up, to whatever degree they went down financially, the investors will be like, that's okay, because that's what we've agreed to invest in. We've agreed to invest in, yes, yeah, this, and, so it is in so many ways just no one else's fault apart from the fault of the organizers and the owners of Quantic. And I'm sorry to say that, but you fucked up, basically. Because if you're going to spend money in esports, you have to, every dollar needs to make $1 minimum, and also bring you marketing or make even more. So,
yeah, I mean, it reminds.
And I knew it was going to happen. Like, I knew something was going to happen with this new burst into esports, that someone was going to come in and be like. Pfft. And at first I thought, oh shit, it's NASL, because they've just announced this and they've called their brand, and North American Star League. But apparently NASL, pretty good company, pretty profitable, a lot of subscribers, doing good content. They got a lot of people working over there. So NASL looks really good, and Russell's done a great job bringing in so many sponsors. So that was one I thought that was going to go first. And Quantic, when they were like around, and I heard like kind of how people's deals were with the teams and the salaries, and I was like, whoa! I was like, you're almost like, that's near EG, like not, but you're up there. You're bigger than you're paying more money than your brand is getting in return, even straight from the get-go. Yeah. So yeah, they unfortunately fucked it up, and it's really sad for some of the players, because they have to find new homes.
That's the thing, yeah.
But at the end of the day, Quantic did nothing wrong to the players. They paid them, they sent them places, they did support them the best they could. They just didn't run their company as well as they could internally with the business model of things, and it is very hard in esports. So it sucks, but at the end of the day, you need all the figures if you're going to run a company. So, with that being said, and also, I think Quantic had Asus on their tops when they had Sase, and and actually, like, Asus weren't actually a sponsor. They had just been paying for Sase and
they paid
Naniwa
and Naniwa
to travel to
some
events,
MLGs.
and then Quantic put Asus on there, and I was like, well, that's actually really fucking dangerous for Asus, right? Yeah. Because at the end of the day, Asus are like, guys, we might not want to pay for these two players all the time. We wanted them to come to DreamHack, and they supported them, and they wanted them to do this, and they supported them, Asus. And I was like, when Quantic remove Asus, everyone's going to think like, oh, Asus have stopped sponsoring. Yeah. What a bunch of assholes, But so there were some little decisions in there.
I think it may have been that way with more than just that with their sponsors. Like, they were sponsored by Machinima Versus and Twitch TV, and like, I can't really imagine either of those companies like giving them a lot of money And you'd see numerous times the players would kind of be like talking about Red Bull, and obviously they had a relationship with Startail, so they really wanted to get like a Red Bull sponsorship. That would obviously be huge for them, but just the way they were going about it always seemed a little bit iffy. And I mean, it was similar with how they were doing a lot of different things. Like all of a sudden they're doing event coverage and they're like producing like super highly polished videos, but the content in some of the interviews wasn't really that intriguing. So there's so much going into it when the content in terms of just strictly what the content isn't that enthralling. So I don't know. Hopefully like other organizations can kind of look at some of the mistakes and not make those mistakes.
It's not so big on the impact to esports, but it does have an impact. Normally when people work with like an investor and fuck up, normally the investor is sometimes smart enough to go, it wasn't the industry of esports that we fucked up by investing in. It was that particular project and maybe even the people behind it. Sorry if that sounds really harsh. But it really does, it's something that you can't afford to do in esports, even in a stage now where we're at. It's like Asus, who work with us now, a long time ago, they put money into esports, right? And they had a really shitty representation way back by a very big esport company. And it actually stopped anything that Asus could have done in esports for the next 2 to 3 years. So when you fuck up with a sponsor and you don't represent them properly, or you fuck up with an investor and don't represent them properly, it causes a shitstorm within their company because they look at what's happening and they're like, well, fuck this, we're out. And so everyone has to have a huge responsibility. If you take on a sponsor, you can't just be like, oh yeah, they sponsor us because that's what they meant to do. You have to really work to make sure that sponsor is happy, because at the end of the day, like Asus, they're a massive company. They're worth like, I think it's like 1.2 billion or something overall. It might be more. But it's like, we've hopefully done a really good job for them this time round. But I know from them in 2006 that they left esports for 2 years because of how someone represented them badly. So if you're going to build a business and work with sponsors, you have a really big responsibility, just because if you mess up with one, they might not want to come back. So hopefully everyone that worked with Quantic doesn't feel too hard done by their money. So I think BenQ was one of the main ones, right?
No.
No?
I'm sure it's on their website. As far as I remember, they had Razer, DB Vision,
Razer.
Which is like they made glasses or something. They're pretty obscure. Yeah, here. DB Vision, Razer, Twitch, Machinima, Versus. Those are the only 4 sponsors listed.
On the main page, at least.
Yeah, sorry for preaching. Oh, I thought they were worth like 1.2 bill as a company, but I'm completely wrong, right? Is it like 1.4?
Someone said like 14 billion USD.
I went on their Wikipedia page. I think I was thinking of Gabe New.
One segment of electronics or something.
Yeah. Oh, I think I actually went on maybe, because I was at random shit, and I think I got mistaken. How much is Gabe Newell worth? Because I think I was talking about how much he's worth.
It's worth in revenue, 14 billion.
How much?
14 billion.
14 billion.
Yeah.
14 billion is what it's worth in
times
rev.
more what you said.
Right. Yeah. I can't remember. I was on Wikipedia checking stuff out, and then I think I was looking at Gabe Newell, and then I remember his price, and I think I just got it wrong. But needless to say, they're a big company. Right, I'm going to go see how much Gabe Newell's worth now. Oh, he's worth 1.5 billion. Yesterday he was worth 1.2. He's gone up. Good job, Gabe. So anyway, either way, sorry for preaching.
Joke in there somewhere.
But all right, player changes. You ready?
We got breaking news.
Breaking news. Moon leaves Fnatic. Is that the breaking news? Oh, announced an hour ago. All right, Moon leaves Fnatic. Money well spent. Lols. That's Newman's comment. Well, we don't know how much they paid for Moon, to be honest. I mean, Moon used to get the highest salary in esports in the Western world from a Western organization, which was Meet Your Makers.
Yeah, right.
And then
he went to
We paid him
Fox
something
later.
insane as well, of
yeah,
course.
but he was getting about $10,000 US. I never saw the contract, so it's rumors. But yeah, it's pretty much confirmed by a lot of people.
How
in
big
the
isn't
industry.
he though in like Korea?
And
China?
so we don't know if Fnatic certainly weren't paying that, but either way, Moon has left Fnatic. Any reasons why, or any?
I mean, he was
Let me have a
playing Warcraft 3 at WCG.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I think it just didn't really make sense to have him in a lot of ways. I also think that Fnatic is probably going to be kind of stepping down what they're doing in Korea. I mean, they used to have Hwani managing their Korean house, and he's with EG now, of course. And then they lost Beal recently, and Alive recently changed his Twitter. So, you know, when players change their Twitter, they're usually leaving their team. That's what Gonji did.
Apparently,
So-
the statement sounds a little bit like this, which sounds a bit weird. Fnatic is sad to announce that our famous Zerg player Moon will be leaving the team at the end of the month. Despite doing well in some team leagues and performing decently in the Fnatic raid call in his individual tournaments, his results have not met our expectations, and the decision was made for the two parties to go their separate ways. We wish Moon the best of luck in his future endeavors. Though he was a legend in Warcraft 3, the move over to StarCraft 2 has not been full of results that either Moon or Fnatic wanted. His tournament resume includes a number of close calls, taking silver in tournaments like NVIDIA Gaming Festival this year and last year's DreamHack Summer. That sounds really shitty.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Fnatic saying,
Well, fuck you.
sorry mate, but you're washed up
Yeah.
and we want to save some money. But I don't know.
It's all right.
I don't think that was the nicest way to part.
Moon probably
It's
can't
going to be so
read
funny
it,
because
though,
next
so.
week Moon will join like some Korean organization and be in the pro league, and he'd be like, "Low." I don't know.
Yeah, I think he struggled though, because he was going in between
I mean, I don't know,
StarCraft
yeah.
and Warcraft.
It's like people would be
It's
like,
like-
okay, he's StarCraft full time, and then WCG rolls around and he's playing there. So, yeah.
All right. Okay, so moving on, Moon leaves Fnatic. We'll see what he does. It sounds like, I don't know if it sounds like he just doesn't want to play StarCraft 2, or if Fnatic were like,
We don't really know.
yeah, we don't really know.
I mean,
If
like
he-
I said before, I feel like they're just kind of going to step down their Korean presence. Like they had their season in GSTL, didn't really go well, and then now they only have 2 Korean players on the roster.
Yeah. Are
Alive
they
and
gonna?
Oz.
Because they've got a Fnatic Korean team house. Are they going to close that then? If that's the case,
I would assume so. I think that's done.
All right.
I mean, if Hwani was the one who was in charge of all that, and, they
And
haven't,
he's
like,
moved
said-
on.
and he's with EG now. So
Okay. All right. So next in the news was Evil Geniuses recruits Jae-dong from Team 8 and Revival, a free agent who was formerly from TSL. And the big news there is, Jae-dong and joins EG and also Revival as well. So EG getting bigger again. A
Spending
massive
money.
name, Jae-dong.
Yeah, it is.
Worth a lot in Scrabble.
yeah,
Think
I don't know about that.
How big
What's
of
Jay
a-
worth?
how big of a
4?
marketing tool is it in
No.
Korea for EG?
Huh?
How big of a marketing tool is Jae-dong in Korea?
Honestly,
for
I think
EG?
it's a bigger marketing tool outside Korea.
Yeah.
They've already got him slotted to go to their Kingston HyperX 15th anniversary tournament, and like just getting Jae-dong to an event
Yeah.
is like people want to go there and see Jae-dong. So I think it's pretty big. The other interesting thing about when he was recruited, one of the Korean websites reported that there was a immediate return clause
Yeah, I heard
if
of
Team
this.
8 found a sponsor. So
But apparently they said that
yeah, no, and that's been corrected, and he is completely owned by, his contract is completely owned by EG. There's nothing like that. So he's not even a Kespa player anymore, which is really interesting. It's kind of surprising to see Kespa actually
He's returned
let
in a
go.
year. He's returned in a year, though.
Like,
Like they have to bring him back like a DVD from Blockbuster.
I don't know about that. I think the contract is a year, so
But then he's
I
like,
don't know. He could
has
have
to go back to
like a
Team 8.
3-year contract with Kespa in which he is going back, but maybe the contract just ends. I
I
mean,
remember reading that he's on lease to EG
Yeah, I
for a
mean,
year, and then he's supposed
all
to be
the
returned
Korean
to Team
sources like to call it a loan, but that's just what they're wanting to call it.
8.
So
Safe face.
I don't think anyone knows for sure there except for maybe Alex Garfield. And then, of course, they picked up Revival, too, which is kind of interesting. I think that's kind of like a last-minute pickup. I think Revival, like, lucked out hard. Because I think EG wanted to pick up Biol, and then probably negotiations broke down because he was still contracted to Fnatic. And then EG was like, oh, we want another player who's a free agent. And then Revival had just left.
But he wasn't Revival previous teammates with, was it Puma? Or?
Yeah, he was on
Yeah.
TSL with Puma
Yeah.
and JYP.
Yeah,
So, I mean, it's a natural fit.
Yeah,
But when Revival left TSL, he didn't know where he was going.
all right, well, it's a huge pickup, and it's going to be really interesting to see how that pans out over the year.
Well, I mean, it didn't start well because he lost his first
But he
Pro
played-
League match.
He played good, apparently.
He
From what I
played
heard.
kind of well, but then lost.
Jaedong? Jaedong
The
or
interesting thing about that is that they put out this new fancy Korean coach that EG got puts out Jaedong on Ohana. Like, if you know StarCraft, you know, I mean, GSL removed that map because they said it was imbalanced, this map. Immortal All-In is way too strong, and lo and
then
behold,
Jaedong has to play it against
lo and behold, he
Immortal
dies to
Century
Immortal
All-In.
All-In. So
Yeah,
I don't
saw
know if that former SKT coach is still, you know,
Maybe he's
rooting for
still
Kespa.
working, yeah.
Yeah,
Still
exactly.
figuring it out.
That's why EG went 4-0 or 0-4. All right, so more in the news of player changes. How did you say that name? B-Y-U-L?
Biol.
Biol.
I mean, we can kind of just hammer through these. Like, there's a lot.
Biol to LGIM, previously speculated to go into EG, so he's ended up in LGIM. Shuttle joins Clarity Gaming, and Orc joins Dignitas. Who is Shuttle and who is Orc?
Shuttle's kind of an obscure Korean player. He was on NS Hoso for quite some time, and he's just kind of been joining like these small North American organizations.
That's my next question. Who's Clarity Gaming?
Yeah, Clarity Gaming. They used to have a team that was called. I can't remember now, but they sent one guy to one MLG, one Korean to one MLG, and then they like shut their team down, and now they're Clarity Gaming. So we'll probably see Shuttle at like one North American event or something.
All right,
then
and I've
who
got the
knows?
name Orc here, but I've never heard of that. OURK joins Dignitas.
It's too bad.
Yeah.
Too bad we don't have Newman.
Huh?
Where's
No
Newman
Newman.
at?
Newman.
Orc was actually, you should know him because he
was at the
was at the
fucking
Thor Open, my
yeah.
friend.
There he is. I've
Fucking
got a
James.
picture of him. Oh, he was the game search winner. That's where Team Dignitas, with some of their sponsors, Intel and Anywhere, it seems here, do like a tournament to find up and coming talent, and then they get to join the team. And look how happy he is to win that.
He doesn't look that happy.
So he's won. Liam Streams. Where's he from? I'm guessing maybe
They're always
UK,
British for this,
yeah.
aren't they?
Yeah,
UK,
yeah.
man.
So cool. But, Dignitas getting new talent into esports always a good thing. So we'll see how he does. And he's got to go through the bling kind of initiation process. So you got to start in England, get some good tournament results, and then maybe make a friend that's good at StarCraft 2 that you can learn from, like Stefano. Meet Stefano, then get drunk at every event, get a tattoo, start losing a little bit more, and eventually
Attend the Home
get
Story Cup.
benched
That's
for
got
a
to be on
bit.
the checklist. You must
Yeah.
attend the Home Story Cup.
Oh, yeah,
Play
he's going to
drinking
attend the
games.
Home Story Cup and play drinking games on stream. So a great future ahead of you, Orc. You'll enjoy it. Remember, yeah. Bring aspirin. Okay, so we'll see how that one works out. And then also we got Tarson leaves Millennium. Todd leaves Root. Ganzi and Goza leaves
user.
What?
Gosu user.
Gosu user. It's spelled wrong here, obviously, because that's exactly how I should have pronounced that. Leaves Complexity
And joins Millennium.
and joins Millennium.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a lot of shit happening. Feels like Dota 2 segment when we get this many changes. But Todd leaving Root, probably one of the more interesting ones there.
Yeah, I mean, I think he just couldn't really live in the States anymore. Like, his visa ran out in Jazz.
Can you blame him?
And, I mean, Root isn't, like, a massive organization, so they can't really keep him there. So he's going to go back. It's a free agent. If you're looking for a Frenchman, then there you go.
All All right. So,
Gonzi leaving Complexity is also pretty interesting, I think, because he's kind of their flagship Korean player, and he started getting a lot more like interactive with fans, I think, dancing around and singing on stream and stuff. People were liking that, but no more. So I think Complexity is going to pick up some more players soon because they're down to basically like 4 active players. And a team like that with only 4 active players with a house is kind of useless. So
all right.
hopefully they get some more players.
We'll keep an eye on that.
And I mean, with Quantic dead, I mean, you can just like shooting fish in a barrel now, man. You got a lot.
Cool. All right, so in tournament results in StarCraft 2, we got the GSTL finals, which happened, wasn't that at IPL?
No.
No, it was just after, right? They got home and then GOM TV had to produce that straight away. But the results were that FXO took out MVP 5-3.
I love how Newman put in to remove this. It's like the GSTL is like the hardest team league in Korea. Silliness.
Harder than Pro League?
I mean, it's kind of hard to say. I haven't seen the cast players enough, but it might be harder, but it's less prestigious. It's kind of a point of debate.
And of course, FXO won. How did Lenok do in that? Was it an all-kill format?
Yeah, it's all kill format. It was really. I don't think, from the top of my head, I believe Lenok didn't play. Gumiho is the one who cleaned it up pretty much, and he's the one who all killed the last GSTL finals. So Gumiho, the towel tearing, is fucking people up.
All right, so congratulations to FXO. Also in FXO, I don't believe FXO Boss is with them anymore.
Nope.
So I think FXO Boss is not with FXO.
Yeah, he like took a step back from the team and put Unstable basically running the team a while ago, and now
No, we're still gonna miss his blogs.
and now he's not even with FXO. Well, now maybe his blogs will be unbiased because he's not with FXO.
Yeah, we can still look forward to Boss blogs. But yeah, I heard that from somebody, so it is true then. Pro League opening day was what everybody tuned in for recently, where EGTL, the Unholy Alliance, got to play versus
KT
one of
Rolster.
the team. Sorry,
KT Rolster.
Yeah, KT Rolster, which was quite interesting because unfortunately, EG, though they didn't have Hero, Stefano, and Tasia.
Yep.
I say EG, sorry. EGTL didn't have.
Yeah, I
those
mean it was
players
mostly the
'cause-
Team Liquid players
Yeah.
that were missing.
And Huck didn't get to play because they lost 0-4. He was the next man up. And a
Puma
lot of
didn't
people,
play either.
a lot of people, I would say, were disappointed. But in many ways, everyone kind of enjoyed the experience because it was so either one-sided, which made it fun. But a lot of people were like, I don't know. I think people just troll for the sake of trolling. I think that team EGTL is going to get really strong over the course of it. But it was quite funny reading like the Team Liquid preview where they were like ranking KT Rolster really quite down
I
there.
think
in terms,
KT was like the 3rd on the list, and EGTL was the 1st. So
I think KT Rolster was
Like
like ranked like 7th, 8th by Team Liquid.
Really?
Go on, you go find it and tell me
I'm
I'm
looking.
wrong.
I'm on the
Adebisi.
hunt.
You go find it. It was a preview. But yeah, I don't know. There's not much to say about it really because you guys all watched it and it is what it is. But
Yeah, I mean, it was tough for them because they were all just moving to Korea. I don't think their house
Yeah.
is fully set up. Whereas, you know what, and these are also players that have been traveling around doing whatever. Whereas KT has just basically been sitting in their house, probably watching these guys play, getting
Going
ready
over
to
replays,
fuck
yeah.
them up. So
yeah. Like even when we got wind of like it was more official that Kesper players were playing StarCraft 2, it was pretty obvious that they had already started.
oh yeah,
Long
they've been
before
playing a
that.
long time.
So-
And yeah, you're right. They were rated 7th out of 8th.
Yeah,
Fucking winning.
bring in the
number
StarCraft
one?
knowledge, bitch.
Number 1 is
The
EGTL.
Unholy Alliance.
So yeah.
Of course.
I love being right. It happened. My day is complete. Time to sleep.
Scriff got right once. You got right. Fucking A.
Yeah, we're all right on the show
Improving,
today.
man.
Yeah, so it was what it was. It was huge viewership though for Pro League. It's really good that they have EGTL in there, and we'll see how that.
Yeah, I mean, they just need an English broadcast now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Hopefully
So
we will.
Hyun was finally beaten in IPL Fight Club by Lenok. who wins $1,900 just for beating him, apparently, because it's like an ongoing thing. So Hyun went how many games in a row? I'm going to take a guess now. I'm going to say 17.
No.
Even though I don't know.
9.
102. 12.
14.
14, yeah, that was it.
Between 12 and 17.
You're close.
Okay. You're-
15.
You said 14.
I said 14. Fucking guy.
I know, dude. I'm just fucking with you. Right, so 14 wins, and then Lenok took him out. So there you go. That's IPL's Fight Club, which is an ongoing series of matches, and the winner stays on, basically. So King of the Hill.
And they reset it too, so some of the old players are going to come back.
Oh, cool. Yeah. All right. So that brings us to the end of StarCraft 2.
On to Quake.
In Quake Live.
The fuck is going on in Quake? Face it.
Oh, yeah.
It's only that's going on.
Cypher and Avec. Okay. So in Quake Live, we'll keep you guys here for this. You can do some Quake Live segments.
Let's do it. It's fucking do it.
So Face It in Quake Live is they're doing some great things. They're an Italian company that basically they're building like a matchmaking system for people to play games with each other competitively, prize money
Like
involved.
beyond
They have a studio in Milan. They work a lot with Sturmy, who's really good at what he does. And they're doing a Legends Cup. So far they've announced Cooler, Toxic, Jibo and Sturmy. And joining the Legends Cup is also going to be Cypher and Avec. Whoops. Or whatever. No, I've got it here. Yeah.
No, it's up.
It's up now. And this is actually going to be taking place December, I believe, the 16th, unless that's off the top of my head. Yeah, December the 16th. Tosspot will be there. DVK Zoot to commentate. And I'm pretty sure it's online. But they only need 2 more players. But December the 16th is this Sunday. So if you're interested in watching some really good Quake games, this is going to be sick. Even if... Yeah. So 2 more to announce, and maybe it will be like, who knows, it could be CZM because he's in Europe. 04 would be a great option, but unfortunately he's in America, and Rafa as well, yeah, but... Evil is old school as well, yeah. He'd just win it though, in his current state. I don't know actually if he'd win it.
That's why I want him to play, man.
But this is really big just for Quake, and it's definitely going to be a worth checking out. Face It TV, I believe, they're either Twitch TV now or owned. They were on Twitch TV for 1 weekend. Yes, they were.
What, at the very beginning?
No, recently. Fuck you, man. I'm clicking. Look, see? Twitch.tv, Face It. So they're on Twitch TV now.
I guess
They switched last week. Yeah, because Tosspot has recently joined Twitch.
Ah, cool.
So he's bringing over the right people, it seems.
Cool.
Then I'm on fire. Yeah, that's right, guys. I'm on fucking fire. It's cool though, so make sure you watch it this Sunday if you haven't got anything on your schedule for Sunday and you just want to nurse your hangover and watch really fast FPS games that will give you a headache. Watch it. And then tournament results in Quake Live under the Face It Sunday Cup, which is a weekly Sunday Cup every Sunday. Cypher actually wins over Evil 3-1. So unfortunately he gets that result, but not when it mattered at DreamHack. In Bloodline Champions, currently nothing going on.
Actually,
Don't ruin it.
Oh my god, wait, I gotta put the phone away.
The servers are shutting down, guys.
shut the fuck up. No, this is a community thing. It's more of a community thing. DBH are right now working to put the roundtable back together. So talk show, not sure about the hosts yet, apart from Antarian. But they want to get the roundtable back together. So
Yeah,
if you're a BLC fan, you want to listen to talk about what's going on in the community, that's going to be coming back soon-ish.
Yeah, Roundtable was kind of like State of the Game, but for Bloodline Champions. And
my show.
And Semmler used to host it. It was his show.
Yeah.
So the community...
But Antarian's going to take it over. So he's doing his thing.
Hold on, DEFCON 5.
Whoa.
What's DEFCON 5?
Wait, what? What?
Five
You
is lowest.
don't know what DEFCON is? It's like the different levels.
I know.
Of, yeah, but James,
Oh, okay.
it was a joke for some
It was a joke.
being
Meant to be
like,
typing-
shit is going on.
MetaBeast typing us jokes in the document. All right, so we can... that's Quake Live and Bloodline Champions then. So It'd be interesting to see if BLC gets the European community kind of back together. It's going pretty strong in Russia, but they're not doing Dream Hacks, they're doing Star
Apparently-
Ladders, and
Apparently it's not gonna be a next Star Ladder or some
There
shit.
is
Oh,
no
is it not
DLC
gonna be an
community,
Star
that's the
Ladder?
joke. No, there's not going to be a next Star Ladder for DLC. That's it.
Jesus.
Not
DLC is
surprised.
kind of.
I blame the
doing
esport
its thing.
manager.
Well, DBH are working to put together some community tournaments. I know that Harradine is working to put together a tournament as well. We wanted to do the new Manly Bacon tournament. I was talking about it with Mr. 2 this week, but we were supposed to do it in like September or something like that. But the devs don't want to have it. They don't want to host it at their house, so we wouldn't have anywhere to do it. And we would want to do it at the same place because it's the Manly Bacon tournament. It's like what it is. And so without that, Mr. 2 and I are thinking about putting that elsewhere, the money that was gathered. So, yeah, that's what's up with BLC for now.
Got the lowdown.
See you next year.
See you in 2013.
Too
But yeah, it's a
too
great community,
fucking-
the guys that got into BLC competitive scene, so it's a shame they don't
Yeah.
have a game to play pro, but
Go World
it
of
is what it
Warcraft.
is.
I
So,
guess
other games, Valve confirms Steambox living room designed PC console. This was a while ago, man.
Yeah, but now
Now it's
the
actually
big
confirmed.
picture.
Yeah, the big
It was
picture.
the big picture.
Yeah.
That's out. But
Yeah.
now it's like a
Actual box.
Box. Yeah.
Yeah, it was always
Like
gonna
a
happen.
fucking
I'm
PC.
sure I read that somewhere. ages
No,
ago.
it was just big picture.
Alright, so basically Valve, if you go onto Steam, there's a thing called Big Picture, which is like a user interface that you can use on your TV. So you can actually, it's kind of like...
Kind of
it's
like
very
Xbox Live thing.
Yeah, it's
you
kind of like
know,
Xbox Live
or
thing, but done by
PS3
Steam.
shit.
Preparing for this thing as well.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
so that is all kind of
but it
designed.
already works if
And
you have like a PC.
maybe
or
I
a
just
TV.
thought in my head that that's where they're going to go next. It was mostly rumors, but now it's already confirmed.
Yep.
So Steambox will end up being like a living room designed kind of PC console thing where you're like, okay, boom, this is here, plugs in there. Here's my Steam account. I use Big Picture. I navigate. I load my games. I play. And
Yeah.
So it's going to be pretty fucking awesome, and it
I
will be
think
a
so.
really, really big venture.
We just announced Twitch as a sponsor and their site was down. Oh, Caronte.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Caronte announced Twitch.
As a sponsor, their site is
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
the site just
Yeah, I've been working with them because apparently, like, trying to get Lucifron and Vortex to put more time into esports needed them to be able to be more like viable financially, and it wasn't like
Sustainable.
It
They
wasn't
wanted
like
money.
any real sponsor. It was more like we're gonna try and help. So apparently, yeah, Caronte have now signed with Twitch. Awesome. If that's the case, and then of course Caronte's website's gone down. But it's good because they are on their way to awesome. So hopefully that enables Lucifron and Vortex to take it a little bit more seriously next year. Not more seriously, they're taking it seriously, but have a better opportunity next year to really get their full potential with StarCraft 2. Okay, so boom, that happened. Apparently Capcom have hired Combo Fiend and Haunts. I know Combo Fiend, I don't know Haunts.
yeah. I don't know Haunts, but Combo Fiend's well-known player.
Yeah.
It's
like there's no.
Capcom announces hiring of Haunts and
It's going to
Combo
tie in with
Fiend.
Mike Ross and everybody getting hired to go
'Cause-
forward for next year.
Because Mike Ross has been hired under IPL, right?
Right.
Yes.
He's there to manage the IPL Capcom relationship, so you can only assume that that's kind of what Combo Fiend and Haunts are going to be filling out as
Yeah,
well.
I think this is just another step
You know,
towards
Haunts
Capcom
person-
really getting more involved
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
the whole
Capcom,
esports.
if they're going to want to go into esports with esport partners, they're going to need an esport representative.
Yeah.
So it's probably Combo Fiend and Haunts. And then if they want to
That's the
work
thing.
with IPL, they go talk to Mike Ross.
Specifics were not discussed, so we don't know what they're doing. We just know that they're there. So,
Yeah.
so that's a good step. They're
Yeah, it's
taking
really good.
taking it right from the community, right from the heart of it. Whoever's going to be working with these tournaments in the future, they're going to know exactly what's up. Mike Ross, Combo Fiend, I mean, these guys are legends in the scene, so it's going to go a long way towards paving the way for Capcom to move into, I guess, the esports circle.
Cool. And...
Then we also have the 25th anniversary. Speaking of Capcom, their tournament results were in. I didn't get time to watch much of it, but I know
No,
you had
because
it
we
up.
went to Thor and shit. We had
Yeah,
to
I
go
know
sleep.
Thor and every shit. But
I just watched. What was it?
You were watching
6, top 8 or something go down to top 3, and then it was like all the games, and then it was top 3 of all the different games. But
It's
I
like
had
Street
to go
Fighter
to bed.
Turbo and shit.
Yeah, it was Turbo, 3rd gen, arcade edition.
There was
Yeah.
Street Fighter X Tekken,
Yeah,
Super
Tekken.
Street Fighter
Arcade
4
edition.
Arcade Edition, Super Street Fighter
Third
Third Strike
Strike,
Online
Third
Edition,
Strike.
Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix.
Yeah,
It's fun as fuck.
Yeah,
I
that
watched
sums
that.
it up. But basically,
And
what
they-
you need to take away from this is Infiltration dominated.
Infiltration.
Yeah.
He continues to dominate the scene right now. He, from what I could gather, he beats Daigo. He ran it back. He came from the loser bracket and managed
Yeah.
to beat Daigo 6-0 basically.
Wow,
So
yeah,
dominated
he did.
him.
Yeah.
And then he also beat the
Download it.
SFXT or the Street Fighter X Tekken.
Yeah, he came from the lower bracket in both Street Fighter, Tekken, and
Yeah,
Super Street. That's it's like apparently.
That's
I guess double elimination works in fighting games.
doesn't happen often, man. But that's the thing. Like, can you imagine the finals? How hyped they must have been.
He
going
didn't
into
do a
that?
Grand Slam though
Didn't do a Grand Slam.
with Turbo. No,
Oh,
he
right,
didn't.
yeah.
No, I'm asking.
And apparently, Slasher says he won actually like $50,000 for winning those two
Yeah.
tournaments.
How come it's always like impossible to
Oh,
find
he won
like
a car as
the
well.
prize
What the
money?
Fuck?
What? What
Man,
Oh, shit.
I heard so many interviews with
He won the
Justin
fucking
Wong
car?
going on about this car,
Well, this is
wanting
what
this car.
Slasher just messaged me. Well,
a
I have to
sick
read
car.
it again, but he's on chat now, so I'd have to take
Holy
this
shit,
away.
he's the one
Let me
guy.
let me just check if he won the car or
Yeah,
if it's just
50,
like
50G plus a car.
Infiltration car he won. Yeah, that's not really great English, Slasher, but we're gonna. That's the
We'll
car.
let it slide.
That's the car he won. And you know what, guys? If you
Are they
come back to
shipping
the
it
car,
to Korea as well?
when you have a car like this, guys,
Trans.
trans, fuck's sake,
Shit, trans.
You're fucking the choke
you're
up.
ruining. I can't be bothered now, trans. You've ruined it all. When you have a car like this,
Look at
you
the
get to
fucking
hang
logo
out
and
with
everything.
friends like Clutch. Because Clutch, he fucking loves cars. So,
And cold weather.
get this,
And cold weather.
make friends. It's gonna happen. Infiltration. 2013. Alright, we're done now, trans. Thank you for listening to the show.
They announced something else as well, though,
Bastard.
like a community. You know this thing I told you to see.
This Mega Man
Yeah,
game.
Mega
Oh,
Man
yeah, the
X
Mega Man
Street
thing.
Fighter,
I saw that. We
Holy
watched the promo video for that shit. Yeah.
and
yeah.
it's all community done apparently. So it's pretty.
I'm gonna go ahead and toss
Roll.
Slasher a bone. By the way, Infiltration is gonna be on Live on 3 tomorrow night.
Who's calling
So
me?
if you want to hear what the champ has to say, be sure to tune into Live on 3 tomorrow with Slasher and DJ Wheat.
I thought Live on 3 was today.
Apparently they're doing it tomorrow. Yeah, they're
Yeah.
I'm
Wednesday.
looking at the Team Liquid calendar there, dog.
Apparently they switched it for tomorrow. Or it's tonight. Oh, it's tonight. Okay, so it's tonight.
Switched it
apparently.
to today.
So you
'cause
got
they
a
usually
full
do
night
it
ahead of you. You
tomorrow.
got Chan Man going on, and then you got Live on 3 in 2.5 hours.
Yeah, Robert Olin is
Get the fucking popcorn ready.
Fucking Slasher.
talked
what the
Dota is
fuck?
Tuesday, man. I think we set the.
We said the trend.
Yeah. Well, Tuesday's
Today
the smartest
instead of
fucking day to do a show.
Yeah. Just catching up, I guess.
You know what?
People are way behind the good studio.
You know what we do now? We switch ours to Monday,
Yeah.
one day before theirs.
Or we go back in time, and if we're successful, Tuesday will come after Wednesday, and we'll move our show to Wednesday, which will be after Monday. And then it will be Tuesday. And they'll have their show on Tuesday, which will be today's Wednesday.
Go sleep,
Successful.
James.
Let's take the time machine. And people will know if we've won the war and that happened. If we're unsuccessful, we'll just be a bunch of degenerates in a house talking about StarCraft.
Cool beans.
I don't know.
Fighting games. All right, done.
Makes sense, guys. Think about it. Just think about it.
What's coming up, James?
We did that already.
Oh, no, we can do kind of just a quick recap of what's coming up, guys. So you've got the Evil Geniuses Master Cup Series League Finals in StarCraft 2. That is going to be happening. It's $10,000.
Oh,
and
what are you talking about? I wasn't listening to you.
the Evil Geniuses Masters
Oh.
Cup.
Yeah.
League finals.
When's it actually finishing? Because it says
It's the weekend. It's this weekend.
Okay.
They haven't released any broadcast schedule, and I think they kind of like abruptly stopped doing their broadcasts. So I don't know who's actually in the finals, but there's 4 teams in the finals.
Okay, so that's going to be taking place. You've got Home Story Cup, the last major offline tournament for this year for StarCraft 2, which will be December the 22nd with Take TV. So there you go. There's some more crazy StarCraft at the end of the year. I'm sure it'll be very Christmassy themed and fun to watch. They normally are. Not Christmassy themed, but fun to watch. GSL Tour Grand Final Group Stage is going to be on the 17th to the 18th. You've also got, Pro League this weekend, the continuation of... I see what
What's
you're
going
doing
on,
over
Semmler?
there.
It's in the fucking chat, man.
I see what you're doing over there, Semmler. In Dota 2, we've already kind of mentioned it. We got the Asus Open, which is where you're going to see Artstyle play. You got the defense, the continuation. You've got SMM, which is the...
Singapore or some shit.
Is that the one in Malaysia? No, that's
No.
called the...
That was the
Asia.
Asia.
Okay. Jesus Christ, I'm bad
But
at this.
Toby is going there, I think. To
Okay.
SM and God.
So the Asia tournament is going to be Toby and Gods.
Yep. Should be good.
You got the Star
Oh,
Ladder.
Jesus Christ.
You got the Star Ladder LAN. Guys, let me finish the show. You got the Star Ladder LAN finals. And that will have Dota 2 and StarCraft, which is going to be 20th to 23rd December. You've got Quake Live this weekend on Sunday, so make sure you tune into that. But otherwise, you'll be able to find it all, hopefully, if you're interested in what you want to
No,
watch.
it's even worse.
But I'm going to be watching Face It. Probably the Asia will be worth a watch. Home Story Cup sounds good. Some Pro League. And yeah.
Christmas soon.
When are we going to talk about League, as in League of Legends? Well, my friend...
No, Trance, use your mic.
Trans, don't get angry, Trans. Thing is, we're not very good as an esport company here at the Good Studio, and actually we're pretty ill-educated on most of our topics, and we barely get through what we already do. So when we have more time and resources to allocate to League of Legends, we will certainly be covering it better. But unless we just take the money and time and resources and just go get drunk and just spend a lot of our time not giving a shit. So until next time here on The Good Show, which will maybe be in January, we're done. But we're going to go to a break, and when I come back, I'm going to be doing the meeting all by myself.